Hey Dennis, how are you?
Good, Grant. How are you doing?
Oh, doing good. Doing good.
Yeah, sound busy. A little overwhelmed there.
Yeah, long day yesterday, but got to sleep in a little bit today, so that was good.
Yeah. How is this semester turning out so far?
It's pretty good. It's weird having classes on 3 days a week. I'm used to like it being more spread out.
Yeah.
Um, but I got four classes pretty much back to back on Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I'm
Ooh,
president of club tennis, so I got that, and everyone needs to get all like five different forms in, and everyone's just all over the place, and that's a
yeah.
lot of work. And then a couple senior honors projects, stuff like that, and working and all of that. It's all fun though.
Are you a senior?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Wow. What are you gonna do next year? Any idea?
I'm leaning towards getting my master's. I'm going to start looking into where I should apply. Um, and then I'm going to keep trying to work on my startup. Hopefully
Are
get that.
you when you say masters, you talking about an MBA?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Would you do it at ECU or would you do it somewhere else?
I'll probably apply to ECU, but I'm not 100% sure where I'd go. Um, ECU would definitely be a economically smart option, but I don't feel like it would be the worst idea to have two alumni bases to kind of be able to use.
Yeah. Are
Um,
you or would you be able to get into a place like UVA or one of the Ivy League schools as far as MBA goes?
oh, I'm not sure about Ivy League, but definitely I feel like I have a pretty strong resume. I've got 6 or 8 different internships already, solid GPA, um, some good leadership experience, stuff like that. But I know most places want people to work before they go to their masters, do their MBA. Um,
It
but I
just
know
depends.
ECU.
It depends on the school, and it also depends on what it is that you want to do. I think it's pretty common for folks who want to go into consulting, um, like go to McKinsey or Bain or something. Those are often would like to see some work experience, but not always. I have several friends who went directly to got their MBAs right after the undergraduate.
Sure. Is
So
that what you did? Or
no,
did
no,
you?
I never got an MBA. I barely graduated from college. It was,
Yeah.
they basically asked me to leave at some point. As they say, like John Belushi said, 7 years of college down the drain. But in my case, I did graduate and it was 4 years, actually 4 years in one summer. Um, but I really when I went to college and when I graduated, I didn't know a single person who went for any kind of master's in my peer group. The only guys that I knew who actually did that, at least in the young ages, were those guys who went in the military, and the military often uh, encourages advanced degrees. So I have a couple friends who went and ended up getting master's degree, although not MBAs. But as I got older and I started to I don't know, I like to think of it as kind of a natural peer group or group of friends. It just so happened that most of my friends at this point, or many of my friends, my good close friends, are all have MBAs from uh, Ivy League schools and places like that. And many of my friends, 3 or 4 of them are we're in consulting at McKinsey and at Bain and others groups like that. And there's no way you can get into those companies without an elite MBA, I don't believe. That may be changed by now, but I found it really interesting, the stuff that they learned. And one of the things that almost all of them have the ability to do that I never learned is they can do financial modeling really well, like on spreadsheets. Like if I were to go to them and say, hey, I'm thinking of starting this business or buying this business or whatever, they would come back with these incredible spreadsheets that are like, all these different scenarios. And, here's what happens if there's a recession. Here's what happens if, and I had never been exposed to that kind of stuff. So it was very cool when I saw it in action. And then I actually raised venture capital a couple of times with startups that I did. And without their kind of help, there's no way I would have been able to, convince the venture capital folks that I knew what I was doing. The ability to model financials at a granular level is really a difference maker in many cases. It doesn't mean that you're going to achieve those numbers, but it shows that you're aware of different scenarios and different potential outcomes. So I've always really appreciated that, and wish I could do it, but I don't wish enough to actually learn it. Especially when I can call my friend Gus or Bill, say, hey Bill, I need a spreadsheet to do this. And these guys can do it in 2 seconds, right? It would take me the rest of my life. And they're get it to me by the end of the day, 50 pages long with macros built in, importing data from weird sources around the world into the spreadsheet. It's just crazy. So anyway, I don't know why I'm telling you all this, Grant, but I'm encouraging you, man, just depending on what you want to do. The major thing that I got out of my friends going to these schools is that their networks are insane, right? They can just pick up the phone or do an email to somebody that you might have just read about in the Wall Street Journal, say, oh, hell, I sat next to that guy. And the next thing you know, you're talking to that person. So I thought that was really cool. That the networks that these folks have are really, that to me is really the clear advantage of an elite kind of MBA in my experience. So
Sure.
all right. Hey everybody, how y'all doing?
Good. Everybody good.
All right. So today we're going to go through another example, I guess, of how to consider doing live streaming. We're gonna look at Copper Ashes. I think it's her first it is her first live sale that I happen to record, and we're just gonna watch about 15 minutes of it. But my main point in showing this is to try to highlight some of the things that she does that were very effective in this format. And she did it on her own. She wasn't taught, to my knowledge, or trained, certainly not by me. So I think it'll be helpful for everyone to kind of see how that works. And then we can talk about it and answer any questions you might have. So let's go to the share screen. This will be interesting to see if it works. Hopefully it will. Okay. All right, there we go. Let's give it a try.
If anyone's a veteran as well, I think today, yeah. So, if anyone has anything specific they popped on here to see, are you interested in seeing jewelry or crystals the most? Hey Arias, I'm super excited you made this live. Someone that I recognize. Hey Dennis. Jewelry, awesome, yes. Oh, and Amanda, I think you were on Instagram as well. Yeah, okay, awesome. So I'm gonna wait a few more minutes, but maybe I'll just show a few pieces. Hopefully the lighting is okay.
Okay, just a couple of things here. So this is before the show officially starts. She's waiting for people to come on. She's making an effort to greet people that are coming into the thing. She obviously knows me and a couple other folks that she knows, and says hello to them. But she's also approaching it in a very non-salesy way. She's really saying, hey, friends, community, people who are interested in this, what would you like to see? She's leaving it up to them to some degree. Now, in her case, when she was doing this, her main thing was jewelry, followed by the crystals, which came a little later. So she's asking people, do you want to see jewelry or do you want to see crystals? So she's trying to make sure that it's what the people are interested in seeing.
But this is like one of my favorite. Did I say your name right? Hopefully. But this is one of my favorites that I made recently. I've never worked with green amethyst until recently. So this is like a green amethyst tower. Green is my favorite color, and amethyst just happens to be my birthstone, so it's super cool overall for me. And it's got a super flashy rainbow moonstone. Yes. I'll be putting up inventory kind of as I go, I think. So that way it like has like a ready, set, go kind of thing. But yeah, so this one, maybe I'll go ahead and list a few things. But if anyone wants to see a piece, like what it looks like on, I wore specifically no jewelry so that I could try stuff on. This one is on a 20-inch copper chain. So it kind of wears like that. Super cute, not very heavy. Yes. So if anyone wants to see specifically what it looks like on, just let me know. So this one, I'll go ahead and put this one up. This one is the green amethyst tower. Let me see here. This is new, so bear with me. So there, I think I added it. If you see it, let me know. But this is the first one that's going up today. It is this green amethyst and rainbow moonstone tower necklace.
So what she's doing here with the Pop Shop app, as she kind of highlights the item, she then adds it to the shopping cart. So you can see it appear here, $111, not too bad for that, at least from her perspective. So, but I think it's a very slow and easy kind of way of, hey, here's my stuff. You know, I'm going to explain it, and then I'm going to make it available to buy.
So next, I also have I worked with a lot of green amethyst because I was like, oh, this is super pretty. This one is just a raw piece of green amethyst. I actually forgot to take a photo of this one, but if anyone wants me to list this one, let me know. This one is also on a 20-inch chain. Wears very nicely. Hopefully, you can all sort of see this. My camera's not amazing on this back camera, so I tried to take photos beforehand, but didn't get photos of a lot of different things. So if you don't see me list it, but you want me to list it, just go ahead and say, post it.
So what to me, what she's doing is she's basically relating to her audience by basically being very open. Hey, I forgot to take a photo of this. She's not all freaked out about that. She's just, matter of fact, I try to take photos and, didn't get this one done. But she's talking to her people like they were in the room with her. It's not salesy. It's not distant from them. It's a connected kind of approach. And I think her calmness and her demeanor goes a long way towards setting the tone of the event in her case. To me, it's very positive.
Or something like that. Next, I feel like I have a lot of amethyst, but it grew to be one of my favorites recently. If you have a favorite crystal, let me know what it is. I'd like to know. This one is like a super chunky amethyst tower. It's not super heavy. I try to give it cool highlights on the copper. I wish it would focus a little bit better. But so it's got this cool rustic look. It's on a 20-inch chain, so it wears fairly low. Hopefully you can sort of see this like that. And it's super cool, super pretty, not too heavy, but it definitely could be a statement piece if you want to be having a statement piece. I'll add that one as well. And yeah, okay, cool. So it adds it pretty fast.
So once again, she's purposely going through her inventory. She's once she explains it and talks about it, and then she posts it for sale. So she doesn't post 100 things. In this case, she's posting one by one. Now, this is her very first live show, so I haven't even seen it lately. So it might be completely different now. But I do think a couple of other things that that I think make this quite authentic. Her set is clearly just a room in her house somewhere, right? There's no real attempt to have logos on the wall or photos or, it's just, hey, here I am, let's take a look at what I got. But I am struck by the whole tone and tenor of the presentation. I wouldn't call it low energy, but I wouldn't call it high energy either. Certainly compared to Appalachian Standard that we looked at yesterday, where they're howling at the moon. This one is very kind of, matter of fact, and I think it's one of the keys to her success. For her, it works.
Maybe I'll show you one of the other really cool hot sellers that I have in my shop. Let me see if I can find a really pretty one. So these are super cool. People love these. They're little perfume bottle, like crystal carved perfume bottle necklaces. I think it's like an 18-inch chain, silver color chain. And the cool thing about them is not only is it a cute little bottle, you can actually open it. And so the lid comes off like this. And it's got just enough space in there for you to have a little dropper to drop like a few drops of your favorite perfume or essential oil in it and seal it up and wear it. So I have a bunch of different crystals in this one. This one's amethyst as well. I guess I keep grabbing amethyst today. So anyways, I know a lot of other people that buy these. They actually asked me if there was enough room to put like.
Sorry about that. I'm not quite sure what's going on. Well, let's see here. Okay, well, hopefully it'll come back. There we go.
So today.
I think I was having problems with the sound.
So if you see one specifically, like maybe I'll go ahead and list them. I don't know if I should list them one at a time, but maybe I will do that.
One thing for those of you who are not familiar with Pop Shop, all those little lightning bolts are customers or prospects saying, hey, that's really cool. We like that. So that's a feedback loop for the seller.
I'll go ahead and add this one. Let's see here. Okay. Bear with me here. Okay, I think I've done that properly, hopefully, because I didn't take photos of anything besides the copper pieces. Okay, so I have that amethyst bottle. I have a ton of other bottles, so let me just go ahead and I'll show you the bottles that I have. And if you see one that you like, just click post, and they're going to be $20 a piece. They all do the same thing where the lid comes off and they open up. This one is Opalite. So this one is actually a man-made stone, but it's very popular because it's similar. Like a lot of people think it looks like opal or moonstone, stuff like that. So I have this Opalite one on a silver chain. Then I also do have some on gold chains. Okay, I'll post that one really quick. I also have Opalite on a gold chain. Do you want to see one or the other? Like, I don't know which one you'd like to see. So let me know which one you'd like to see and I will post it. The silver. Okay, I got you. Let me go ahead and do that. This is kind of fun and exciting. It's my first time like using the app like this. So, okay. Let me get out of this photo.
So if you look on the comments here, so she said, this is my first time doing this and I'm just kind of getting used to it. And one of the people in the chat said, you're doing a great job. So there's support here. It's a community. It isn't the same as like selling on Amazon or Walmart or something where it's just a mass deal. This is much more personal, much more involved, with between the seller and the and the prospects.
And there. I have it posting now. Cool. Thank you, Emily. I appreciate it. I've only ever done one live before, and it was to like feature my biggest collection on Instagram. It was never like to sell anything. So to me, this app is like super, super cool and really easy to use. Yeah, I'm like super excited for people who have been like on this little journey with me as I've like, I don't know, been doing, I don't know, it's exciting to be where I'm at. Like I started this whole business as a hobby in college. Didn't know what I wanted to do after college. So I was like, let me just run with this and see how well I can do it. So I'll show you a few more of the perfume bottles really quick then. This one is a rose quartz. It's more pink in person. It's on a silver chain. So again, if you want me to post, just say post and maybe like the stone and chain color if you can remember what I say. Then I have this super cool Fluorite perfume bottle, and it's on a silver chain as well. Fluorite has become one of my favorites just because it comes in so many different colors. The greens and the purples are my favorites, but sometimes it comes in blue, and that's like super cool. And let's see, does anybody like Tiger's Eye? I also have a Tiger's Eye perfume bottle necklace. So this one, it's got this super cool flash, really wicked looking flash. Like I was saying, all of these are functional. The top comes off like this. So you can put a few drops of your favorite perfume or essential oil in it, or, you know, like I was saying, some people like to put the ashes of like a loved one or a pet in them to kind of keep them close to heart.
I can't let that comment go by. She just basically said, put your dead people in this. That, you know, no one seemed to get too upset or react, but that's off the hook from my generation's perspective. That you're what? You're saying what? Put perfume or dead bodies in here? Okay. But it just goes to the tone that she takes. You know, I think if Appalachian Standard added a dead body to one of their things, I think there'd be lots of emotion and other things. But in this case, you can put your pet in your bottle around your neck, and it's no big deal.
Okay, I'm definitely gonna lose track of like what I'm posting and everything, but I think I had a few people from Instagram come through and they wanted to see, do I have any option to add multiple things to cart, a post by individually? So how this app works, or how I was taught that it worked, is you can go ahead and purchase it, and it's going to charge you like a $5.99 flat rate for whatever you purchase. So to my knowledge, I think you just go to the catalog and you click purchase or buy or whatever, if you don't have your information in that already, to make it really, really fast. And no matter how many items you add today, like you can purchase it as you go, and it'll all be sent to you in like one box for $5.99 shipping, if that makes sense. So hopefully that makes sense. So that way it's like you can grab the things as they're posted. Awesome. Yes. Okay. So next I want to show you another copper piece that I made. This one.
So just one other point. So one of the customers asked about multiple items, and she did not leave that person until she answered that question. And then that person responded with a chat with a thumbs up, thank you. And she said, good, and she moved on. So she's paying close attention to what her customers and prospects are saying to her, and she's responding directly to them.
This one is another amethyst, surprise there. I don't know why I'm on an Amazon, amethyst kick here lately. So this one is a super cute amethyst. It's not very big, super lightweight. Thank you so much for buying that bottle, Sydney. I appreciate that. This one is on an 18-inch chain. So it wears, you know, higher up if anyone needs like a bigger one. Do I hand make all my pieces? So I hand make all of the copper pieces. I haven't made a whole bunch of the other pieces yet. yeah, like I specialize in the copper and crystal jewelry. So anything that's copper, like I definitely made those. And these things are made with a cool process called electroforming. And so a lot of people think, oh, cool, you melt the copper and you dip the stone in it or something. And that's not the process. This kind of piece right here, even though it's super small, might take me like 18 to 24 hours to completely finish, because not only do I have to assemble it, put it together, you dip it in a solution that grows the copper on it super slow. And it's a really, really, really slow process, especially if you want some strong and shiny plate. So each piece is handmade, super special, one of a kind. No one else in the world will have the same piece. So this one is a really cool blue kyanite kind of fan or blade with a moonstone on top. And I feel like these look super whimsical. Maybe you can think of like Ice Queen or something like that. I don't know. Definitely one of my favorites. I haven't really worked with a lot of kyanite lately, but anyways, so this one is on, thank you for purchasing the bottle. This one is on a 20-inch chain. So I'll go ahead and
So just a couple things again. Notice the sold out on the item that she has in her catalog. So I don't know that if there was just one or more than one, but that sold out is a tool that you can use on this app, especially if you list more than one product. If you put a couple on there and classify them as sold out, like item 0, I think it builds you know, fear of missing out or fear of, oh man, this stuff's going to sell. I don't think she did it intentionally. I think she just had one item and someone bought it. But I think that from a strategy perspective, I think that's smart to do. And you might actually have something that actually is out of stock. So go ahead and post it. There's no harm, no foul on that, in my opinion.
list this one as well. Just because I want to have a little bit more stuff on here for people who are popping on to see. Okay, so Opalite and the Amethyst. Let's see here. Are there any, let's see, I can show you. Oh, I do have some other perfume bottles that are heart-shaped. These have been super popular as well. Like, I personally love the other shapes better, but these are also super cute. This one is on a gold chain. I believe it's 18 inches. And let me just show you what they kind of look like on, because I think they are super cute. So even if you don't put anything in them, they still make a really, really cute crystal necklace. So I know, right? They are super cute. I have the heart-shaped and amethyst, rose quartz, unakite jasper.
Now, I don't think this is intentional. I think this is just how Ashley is. But all through this, she's been talking about things being super cute, in that neat, you know, even though she's talking about something she made, she's almost like on the side of the customer reacting to what she's seeing. And if you look at the chat, this woman, Sarah, girl, yes, so cute, right? So she's cueing in to the things that her customers are feeling, or emotionally connecting with them on her items, almost like she's sitting there with them as opposed to being across from them selling it. And I think that's another key to her success, is that emotional connection that she makes with her customers. She genuinely loves what she does. She loves the outcome. And she thinks that a lot of other people have that same sort of attitude. And so she keeps saying that this is super cute, you know, blah, blah, blah. She does it throughout all of her lives, even to this day. It's just something she does because who she is, but it's also a very effective technique.
Citrine, aventurine, and clear quartz. So if there's one of those that you'd like to see, I will definitely post them. I might just kind of post them as I go. Honestly, I'm not entirely sure like the best way to do this, but super exciting. This is fun. Because I was like, I don't even know how long I'm gonna do a live. let's see here. Bottle. I'm getting like super short names, by the way, because I just feel like it goes up faster. But anyways, okay, so I just added the Amethyst art one. Now, I suppose I'll show you this green aventurine. Is anybody else's favorite color green? Or is it just me? Like, I love green. So this one is another perfume bottle necklace. The lid comes off. It's a round top instead. This one's on a gold chain. So it's got just a little bit of space in there for a few drops.
Okay. So I think you get a sense of what's going on. But I think, we talked yesterday about a script, not necessarily a word script, but a script of things that happen during your show. And I think she's created a rhythm and a way of doing this that is her, super cute. Put your dead people in your bottle, whatever. But if you watch her live, I haven't watched her in a while. Last time I watched her, though, she had put many of the things that she made like on a table or a bed, and you could see the whole thing, and she kind of panned around. And so, she's evolved, but she still has that kind of disarming, hey, isn't this cute type of thing. It's a little, I call it an offhanded style. It's not like a real super directed, high energy, sales approach. It's more collegial. It's more collaborative. She talks about anyone else beside me like color green. I just think she has a lot of emotional intelligence in the way she operates. And, frankly, she's 22 years old, right? So she's talking to other 22-year-olds, is my guess, or some segment of the population is probably a lot younger than the people that I talk to. Even my kids are older than that now. So there's just, I think it's a very instructive kind of thing. And there may be some examples or things that you can see. She doesn't get overly into like who she is and what her background is. She's alluded a little bit to her time in college, but it's a very it's not all about her. I think is kind of different and kind of interesting, and it's not all about necessarily her products. It's more about how it will benefit you as a customer to have this item. This is cute. This will go with that outfit. Put your dog in here. All that stuff. Is a consistent way that she operates her online store. We got a few chats here, so let me just take a look. Okay. Let's see. Ruth, I don't know. Ruth is asking, is it all one of a kind? I think it is, but I think she also makes multiple of ones that sell. I think, she's not copying, but she's not just making one item and then never selling that design again. I think her perfume bottle and her hearts are something she sells all the time. I think it varies in material and color and stuff. So Jack is asking, how did she build her audience? She started off with really hustling on Instagram herself personally. And I believe it was a personal account even. I don't think it was a business account. And she moved to this platform and she did promote it on her Instagram. And she said in the beginning that, some of my Instagram people are here, is what she said. And if you look at a lot of small businesses, people like her, generally speaking, they only have one social media, right? They don't have multiple. So Instagram is very common for anything visual, any kind of food, art, clothing, anything visual tends to be on Instagram, I've noticed. Facebook is another one, obviously, but I don't see a lot of these people starting going on multiple social medias. They tend to just be on one. So in her case, she built up somewhat of an audience, very small audience. But then when she moved to this app, I think she really resonated with their population and their customer base. And she grew really rapidly once she got on Pop Shop Live, to the point where Pop Shop Live gave her $10,000 because she attracted 1,000 followers. And she earned a $10,000 cash bonus from Pop Shop. And I don't even know if they still do that or not. But the last time I talked to her, she was only doing Pop Shop Live in terms of her major effort. But I think she still posts on Instagram photos. She doesn't go live on Instagram, but she does post photos on Instagram, I believe. So anyway, let's see here. Grant Smith, she went to ECU. That's right. She graduated, and I can't remember if she was an art major or a business major. I have the feeling she was a business major who started doing art, but I could be completely wrong on that. I met her through the business school. That was how I was introduced to her. So she had some connection with the business. I don't know exactly what. Denise Noel is asking about the fixed shipping fee. As far as I know, yes, it'll be $5.99, and no matter how many items you buy that day, it'll just be the one $5.99 fee. And the way they do that is they meaning Pop Shop Live will send you the label by email. It'll be a prepaid label. They'll email it to you. You put the stuff you sold into the box, put the label on it. When it's scanned at the post office, because most of it is whatever's called priority mail. As soon as that package is scanned at the post office, it sends a message to Pop Shop and they deposit the money into your account. That's how it's supposed to work. Now, Kym, has that been your experience?
Actually, it does go into your Pop Shop account, and then you have to request that money to be transferred into your bank. So yeah, but it is in your account and accessible as soon as it's scanned into the post office.
Okay.
And is post office their only shipping option? Like, has anybody shipped stuff that's perishable that time was of the essence?
Honestly, Denise, I do regularly, and the worst case scenario is it's 4 days, and that's to Alaska and Hawaii. Everything else is a 3-day shipment, even to the West Coast.
Okay.
So I haven't run into any issues or any problems with what I've
Okay.
got.
Do you
So-
use, like, quick question, do you use your own boxes or do you use the post office, like those boxes?
I predominantly use the post office boxes, but I do have some special orders that won't fit
Right.
adequately. So,
Okay.
and I'll use whatever I have available. As long as it's under 5 pounds, you're fine.
Great.
So it's a 12 by 10 by 11 box under 5 pounds is the $5.99 shipping.
12 by
Yeah.
10 by,
12 by 10 by 11.
thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
The other thing is there are other shipping options. I don't want to get into it today. You can use all your current shipping options if you want. And I believe you can do just about anything that you do anyway, you can do, but their automated system is this USPS priority mail type of thing, as far as I know. Like I say, I haven't really been up on it lately, so there may be some changes, but I did notice that, for example, some of the folks that'll be in this October 4th event are going to be shipping, like, for example, meat. It may even be frozen. So, if you wrap it right, 2 days really is not a problem. If it's wrapped correctly. If it's not wrapped well and it thaws, that's bad news. But generally speaking, as Kym has said, it's basically 3 days or less for everywhere except Alaska and Hawaii. So if you wrap it well, it might include dry ice in the case of something like that. It should be fine. Let's see. Gail's asking, is this include 2-day? No, it doesn't include 2-day. It's just, I think it's called priority mail as opposed to express mail. Yeah. So, actually, like around here in Pink Hill, I get stuff to the DC area in 2 days all the time. So that's just the way it works. I don't know if it's where the post office, I don't know, but almost everything I mail, like to my kids or something, it seems to get there in 2 days, just using USPS. 5
Yeah,
pounds is the limit.
That's what we've used, Dennis, quite a bit is USPS, and they have different categories actually of priority mail. So because our stuff is perishable, we always go 2 day. And definitely during the summer, we're putting dry ice in these packages because we want to make sure that things are getting to them as fresh as possible, or at least not, in a condition that's like wilted, if you want to call it that. So.
Yeah, and I think that I think it's just something you're gonna have to play around with and see if, like in Kime's experience, it's worked fine. You'll have to see if that's true for you. And if you go through the process of signing up for Pop Shop Live, they have a whole section on shipping. It's a lot and lots of choices. And my guess is you could figure out the 2 day would be my guess, if that's absolutely critical. But
yeah, and we've shipped to Portland, Oregon, and it's taken sometimes 3 days, but things are getting there fine with the dry ice inclusion. So
yeah,
I think we're okay.
as
long as they're sending it priority.
The woman that I've talked about, the Five Marys Farm, which is out in Oregon/California line, all the stuff they ship is frozen, their meat and all that kind of stuff. And my understanding is they do not do overnight. They pack it in dry ice or whatever. And I don't know that they're using the post office, but I think they're using FedEx ground actually, is my understanding. So you don't really need to have that incredible expense of overnight or whatever. These approaches, when packaged properly, should work just fine. He said, who's not actually shipping it.
Thanks.
Good to know. Thanks.
Yeah. Julian, were you going to say something? I see that you're unmuted. I didn't know if you had something to. Okay. Okay. Anything else people are wondering about? I think I would want to get John Arnold to speak up, or Craig is listening in, because you guys have shipped a lot on Pop Shop Live. You want to add anything from your experience, John or Craig, if you guys are on there? Okay. Well, maybe they'll come back. But you could reach out to them as well. They have been doing this for, gosh, maybe a year and a half, maybe longer. I'm not sure, but they have shipped a ton of stuff using Pop Shop Live. And I don't know if it includes perishable frozen stuff or not. My guess is it doesn't, but it might. So we'll that's someone to reach out to and ask at the right time. Okay. Well, that's really all I have for today. I know you think I never work, but we're going to be off on Monday for Labor Day. So I'm just got stuff going on, unfortunately, or fortunately, depending how you look at it. And then, next week, we're going to start on the category design stuff, which I think a lot of you will be real interested to see how that works and the stuff that you can do with that. So,
do we use the same link for the recordings last week? So the like the recordings of the week of the 19th, I think Friday, that Thursday was the 19th, the 18th. Do you have the recordings for that week? Will we use the same link?
Go ahead, Grant. Why don't you explain?
Yeah, so it's gonna be the same link. It's the same page on YouTube.
Okay.
I'll get this week's up either today or tomorrow, and then.
All right. Thank you, Grant.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. this particular one, I recorded live on YouTube, so it's already there. It isn't necessarily in, Grant does a really good job of
What do you want to do for breakfast?
on a playlist that you can find it real easily. But like, for example, this recording is going to be there immediately. The problem I have with YouTube, so you know, certain things I can't record. I can't go live on YouTube because they send me copyright violation notices. So for example, when we've had Simon Sinek, which is a video that's been live on YouTube since 2009, and I played it, put it on YouTube, and I got a copyright violation telling me they're going to kick me off YouTube, which is just crazy. I mean, how am I making money on it? You know, it's not like I'm charging, it's just insane. So I try to pick and choose what I actually let go to YouTube, and what I can't do, Grant uploads later, and they don't seem to chase down uploaded videos like they do live streams. So I've never got a copyright notice for anything uploaded after the fact. So that's why it's kind of inconsistent sometimes. The other thing we did, for those of you who might be interested, is last night we had a little bit of a training session for some of the folks that are not in this class for the October 4th event, and that is live on YouTube. I think it's called Got to Be NC Live Training or something like that. So if you want to take a look at that, there's more information there as well. All right, that's all I have for today. I hope everyone, is there any other questions or concerns or thoughts that they have? Okay, well, thank you all for tuning in. And so remember, no class Monday, but we will meet again Tuesday, September 6th.